Now we realize we have a special guest. Her name is Georgia Me, and we are introducing to some of you for the first time. So we're gonna let her do what she do. Give you one of her world famous poems.
In celebration of all black men, you get beat down every day. This is to lift you up. This piece is called Niggards. Niggods. Real niggas don't claim to be anything. They just are. Who they are, what they are, where they are. Ghetto superstars. I love the way a nigga walks and talk. How he maneuvers when he gets caught. Sheer poetry in motion when a nigga puts down game. Ain't too many niggas lame, maybe insane, but only to those who can't understand what it's like to be a black man. If you can't see it, you must be blind. Black men exemplify what is fine. What is pride, what is struggle, what is life. They fight through this bullshit, misery and strife. I'll be a lucky woman if one day I'm called wife. I love a nigga with chinky eyes, black lips, and toned thighs. The rumor ain't true for all, but I like a nigga with some size. But dick ain't what makes me fall. To me, the mind is the prize. Brothers who seek knowledge didn't necessarily go to college, but who are conscious of the true plan, who realize God is every black man. Can I get an amen? Amen. I'm your number one fan with a gorgeous tan. From chocolate to caramel, it all looks so sweet. Visions of beauty as they walk down the street, head full of dreads, Timbs on their feet. They walk as if they listen to a beat. The beat is the rhythm intrinsically inside. The rhythm is the heart which beats with pride and full of love. The devil wants to hide. God damn, look at that backside. Black men are the only creations that command your attention on impact by their color, their spirit, the way they act. As a matter of fact, I'm amazed at how they handle situations all across this nation. Doors locking, purse watching, looks of fear as they enter the station, but they laugh and move on. Steady groove into a song. Fuck you, cracker. I might be blacker. I'm God's reflection. So fear me. You need protection. Oh my God, y'all so cool. Some don't know it, some do and don't use it. Those are the fools. But see, I ain't here to hate, just to celebrate. My niggas from that south with them goals in their mouth, with those finger waves, fades, and braids, forever pimping, never ever getting played. My niggas from that west with them khakis and chucks, permed out, creased down, fly as fuck. My niggas from that east, that belly of the beast, surviving day to day, never a moment of peace. If all my kings understood their power, they wouldn't waste a minute, a second, an hour on this bullshit. They want you to quit your journey to find your spirit and to ignore your heart to where you can't hear it. Niggas, thank y'all.
Yeah. I'm going to find me one of those.
So, Georgia, you were one of the people featured on Def Poetry Jam. Mm-hmm. How did you get hooked up with Def Poetry Jam and Russell Simmons?
Work. When you do work, everybody wants to see you succeed. I remember when they first started making announcements, and because I had done so much work around the city, the radio station called me and said, they doing this thing called Def Poetry Jam. Mm-hmm. I sent my number and everything, but nothing happened. 3 years later, I'm watching Russell Simmons, Biographies in Black on BET. And I'm watching this nigga on TV. And I said, this is exactly what happened. I said, God, I want to meet Russell Simmons. I know he like model bitches, but I'm a bad bitch. He gonna love me. 3 months later, I was standing there doing the very first episode of Def Poetry Jam. I didn't know my tape was being considered for Def Poetry Jam. I got a call from somebody I met 3 years earlier on the phone, just had never met in person. See, a lot of people just think there's one way. You gotta try every way. You gotta send out all your ships. They gonna come back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I met this dude by mistake over the phone, wrong number, ended up being one of the consultants for Def Poetry. I spit to everybody. So he remembered me. You still doing poetry? At that time, I'm captain of the Atlanta team going to Seattle for the Nationals. Mm-hmm. So you just work. God fill in the blanks.
Do you have any of your work published? Like if you want to
I'm in so many anthologies, but my book is coming out in May. because I'm sick of putting money in other folks' pocket. I'm in all kinds of anthologies. There's a book called Russell Simmons presents Deaf Poetry Jam on Broadway and more. And in that book, you get a couple of pieces from each poet, plus a little background history on who we are. Because that show was based around us, and that had never been done. People thought we were playing characters. They didn't realize this was us.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, that Russell Simmons is amazing. That full figure potential. I was like, yeah, he wrote a Fat Girl Blues. Yeah. White people, they be tripping. You know what I'm saying? They just think, they just believe anything, Right. So, I just, with Russell and the whole Deaf Poetry Jam thing, it all came because I asked God for it. Like, I asked God to be on Broadway. I seen Whoopi Goldberg and Hazel on Broadway, on cable. Thank God for cable. Cable can be good. People don't know how to watch TV. They need to sit and watch TV with me. Because I'm serious, because there's a way, everything has good and bad.
Right.
You just got to know how to utilize it. And I learned so much watching Hazel and John Leguizamo's Freak. And how else would I know? I'm in Atlanta. That's not part of our existence.
Right.
But I seen them on Broadway. And I seen beautiful black women. Okay, I want that. Not what they have. I want to be on Broadway so I can have that legacy for my family. And next thing I know, I'm in New York City on the back of buses, in the train station, like, we had to have a meeting. I was like, Russell, we can't be riding that train home and shit, because I'm never, I'm standing there and people looking behind me like, is that the same? Yeah, that's the same. I feel some kind of way.
It's so inspirational to hear how you use these avenues that were outside of your own area to expose you to get to do the things that you wanted to do. That's something that we talk about a lot of times, about how you limit yourself by staying in your own circle and
Your
doing the
comfort
things
zone.
that you've always done. And you use something even as simple as cable to take you to the next level, to where you wanted to go.
Before there was cable, there was books.
Mm-hmm.
And there still is books. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But I went to Washington High School, Zone 1, so-called the worst high school in the city, but it's the first black high school in the Southeast.
Exactly.
And if you go off into our museum in Washington High, the history and the legacy. So I would sit in the museum at Washington and just dream. You know what I'm saying? I always knew that I was going to travel the world.
At what age were you inspired to start writing your poetry?
11. But I started performing when I was 8.
Really?
I was in, you know how they had a summer camp, which we need, City of Atlanta Best Friends, Camp Best Friends is so necessary.
Hope y'all got that.
You know what I'm saying? But I went to Camp Best Friends, thank God. For the poor kids, your mom can send you and your niece or a granddaughter for $8 a week. And they're going to give you a little lunch, a little breakfast. You're going to learn how to swim. You're going to take jazz, tap. I learned, that's how I got exposed to Nikki Giovanni. Why would your teachers, schools don't teach you Nikki Giovanni. Miss Peters taught me Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez, James Weldon Johnson, Langston Hughes, County Cullen. That is not in the curriculum. You feel me? And so, by me going to that little camp, it exposed me to just, I can do all of this. I can dance, I can sing, I can do whatever I want to do. And that's what started me. Nikki Giovanni's poem, Ego Tripping. When I read that poem, the way it made me feel, I was like, wow, how do you come up with it? I turned myself into myself and was Jesus, men intone my loving name, all praises, I am the one who would save. Who comes up with something like that? You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, oh my God, this woman is the most amazing. Oh my God, I just gone off me. And then when I went to the library, because I am a nerd, and I seen the words that Sonya write. She say stuff like pussy. You know what I'm saying? I had never seen pussy in print. You know what I'm saying? It did something to me. I'm like, ooh, Jesus. So I just started going through the library looking for all the stuff that was, like Amir Baraka, a.k.a. Leroy Jones, those revolutionary poets of that time, Gil Scott-Heron. These people, the last poets, made me go, okay, so I can say what I hate or I'm mad about. You know what I'm saying? So poetry art period is our wealth and our weapon. You can use it for whatever agenda you have. You can destroy the people, i.e. Jay-Z, or you can build the people, i.e. Goody Mob. You feel me? It's your choice. So I'm a Goody Mob, baby. Shout out to the G-Mo-B all day. If you don't know about the Goody Mob, you need to get to know about the Goody Mob. They're the reason why I do spoken word, because they gave me the courage. They let me know you can be hood, smart, revolutionary, fly, all at the same time.
And I would say again, I really appreciate that because I think so many times, especially in sometimes the black culture, we think being hood is not really being smart. So it's great to see somebody how you embrace the fact that I'm hood, but you are a very intelligent person.
Thank you.
And that, I mean, I really appreciate that. And to show young people that, yeah, you may be from the hood, but you don't have to be of the hood.
Not of the bad. First off, the hood
Of the
is
bad
beautiful.
part. Exactly.
I mean, I am a hood princess. It's because of the dope dealers that looked out for me that I wasn't no hoe. Get away from Mika. You know what I'm saying? Or, don't mention that nigga. That nigga ain't about this. It depends on how you're raised and how you treat yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So being from the west side of Atlanta means I ain't scared of shit. You know, I don't live in Brixton in London. I don't live in the Tenderloin in San Francisco. And I'll be walking, my friend be like, you don't need to be out there. I'm like, I'm from Bankhead, Charlotte, please. I am not scared, but you are not going to define me based on where I come from. And even if you're going to try, do you know all the lineage that from where I come from? The first black neighborhood is my neighborhood. Directed, architect Pierce. That Washington Park area is the first black affluent neighborhood. The first black man to have an airline went to my high school. The first black health and human secretary, Louis Sullivan, went to my high school. You know what I'm saying? Grammy winners, everything. Like don't. And every hood produces this.
Yes.
And they try to act like that's just, you're just an anomaly,
No.
No, this is the regular. My best friend is a doctor. My other friend, Marita, makes over $100,000 being a professional academic. She gets paid to learn. And then give her opinion. You know what I'm saying? But in the hood, we're not that. We're just cash money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but black people are more than Cosby and Cash Money. We are everything in between and beyond.
Yes.
So I want to bring black people together so we don't have all that. Like, you can have all the money in the world, but being black and bougie is an oxymoron. You can't do that. You 1 or 2 generations out of poverty.
Right.
So you don't look down on people, you pull them up.
Right.
And we don't have that discussion enough in our community. We you're going to talk about folk. I ain't worrying about that, but what you doing? What the fuck are you doing to help anybody? Nothing. So I'm big on calling folk hoe card, fuck Jay-Z and all the rest of them because they don't do nothing. I lived in Brooklyn. You gave out turkeys in 2003 on Thanksgiving. You gave 4 scholarships in 2006 for $10,000 apiece. But you bought Beyonce $1 million Rolls Royce. She already got over $300 million. I'm not impressed. I have nothing for you. And he's a Sagittarian. I'm a Sagittarian, so they just hurt me. But you look at somebody like Jeezy. I ain't gonna talk about all the bad stuff people do if you're doing some good. Because people gonna find out all the bad shit you're doing. But Jeezy gave out scholarships to every high school in Atlanta. No press, no publicity. Jeezy gives out book bags and school supplies every school year. No press, no publicity. T.I. floods the community center over there in Center Hill with stuff during Christmas time, during the beginning of school year. All my life, only the dudes who was in the community in the hood way or in the legal ways were the ones who made opportunities for everybody in there. It's not the councilman throwing a big block party. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jay-Z has an opportunity to get black people to change their minds, let alone change their clothes. He can get them to change the whole way they think, but he chooses not to because it's easier to buy into the machine and be a part of that than to rage against it. I'm a rager.
Okay, now you talked about the community, you talk about being proud of where you're from and going back and helping others. So you kind of sound like a politician. Now we only have like 1 minute. Do you think you'll be a politician one day?
I'm already a politician, and I will be running for the mayor of Atlanta. Most definitely. It's not a question to me.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be on your campaign.
That's what's up. And I need everybody to help. That's the whole thing. It's not about one person. It's about what we all can do. That's why I voted for my president, because I thought that he would inspire the nation to work and build for the betterment of the nation instead of just becoming dependent upon the government.
All right, you heard it right here on the Dysh. Georgia Me is going to be running for mayor of Atlanta real soon. But anyway, give out your web address.
GeorgiaMe.com. But better just to go to my, call me 678-431-8567.